Hello once again, everyone. We're visiting with you today from the campus of Central State University, visiting with Brooke Foster. And this isn't the first time that we've visited with Brooke. Brooke, the last time we met, you were an intern with the Ohio Soybean Council here at Central State, though, as a student. Tell us a little bit about that internship.
Okay, so my internship with the Ohio Soybean Council called for me to educate the general public about drones and agriculture and soil compaction, and pretty much just getting that general idea of what is agriculture out to the general public. Unfortunately, I didn't get the opportunity to live on a farm. However, I was granted the opportunity to partner with Metro Parks to join an organization called City Beats at the time, where I was able to be a youth manager and grow my own food. I, controlled a team, and we sold our produce right down at the 2nd Street Market. And I also had a landscaping company for quite a time, my own little personal business, where I was able to landscape, people's properties. And I really enjoyed doing that, but I did not get to live on a farm, unfortunately.
So you were a little bit of an entrepreneur at the same time.
Yes, always an entrepreneur, and I always had a love for nature, but I didn't know how it would tie into my career. I didn't know that would happen.
Now, is that a reason that you wanted to come to Central State? Did you know about the ag program here?
Yes, Central State University provided me with a lot of scholarship money to take up the major sustainable agriculture. So at the time, graduating high school, I didn't even like science. I didn't like how it was taught or anything, but coming to Central State University, the educators here and the professors here were able to help me grasp the true idea of what agriculture is. And I feel like that's why I was able to choose the major that I stuck with it, of course, due to the scholarship money, but I grew a love for agriculture that I didn't know I had until I came here to Central State University.
Now, people say you got to think out of the box, and I guess one of the things you find out about agriculture, you can't put agriculture in a box.
No, you cannot put agriculture in a box at all, and I think that's why I love it so much, because agriculture is technology, agriculture is food, agriculture is our clothing, agriculture is the air that we breathe, agriculture is everything. And if nobody has the knowledge of it, if nobody has the appreciation of agriculture, what will the world turn into? So we have to continue to, strive for that importance and strive for that education to continue educating the, lower generations about what agriculture truly is and how everybody is important to agriculture. I feel like that's the biggest thing.
Now, after the internship, you graduated from Central State University, and now you're working for them. Tell us what your title is.
Currently, I serve as the Regional Program Assistant for Southwest Ohio. So I'm over about 16 counties where I assist with programming. I reach out to the public to do needs assessments, and our goal for Extension is to educate the general public and, provide trainings and provide the resources for the people that are in our counties to be successful, whether it's in agriculture or 4-H or family and consumer sciences or community and economic development. We have 4 areas that we target. So that's kind of what I do for right now.
And of course, the bottom line with all of that is working with people. And I suppose being a people person helps as well.
Yes, I've always been a social butterfly. So working with people is definitely something that I enjoy, especially since Montgomery County, I'm from Trotwood, Ohio. So Montgomery County is one of my counties, and I'm able to give back to my community through my position, and that's something that I've always wanted to do. So I'm so happy that I have the opportunity to do that with my career today.
I think with all of the various other institutions that are involved with Extension, did that give you a little bit of a head start when you went out and said, I'm with Extension and I'm here to help you?
Okay, teaming up with our other universities, we were definitely able to use, especially Ohio State University, as a guide for how what goals that we want to reach in our communities and how we can tackle the several problems that we do have and that the several needs of our communities.
Now, do you find the area that you have in Southwest Ohio, is that a unique area that you, since you're from the Trotwood area, that gives you a little bit of a leg up, so to speak, but at the same time, every place is a little different. Did you have a learning curve with some of those counties outside the Dayton area?
Absolutely, because a lot of those counties outside of the Dayton area are more rural than we realize. You know, a lot of Ohio is I didn't know until I started traveling, but a lot of Ohio is very rural and very underserved. So getting out there in those communities and some people not even knowing what internet is still to this day and how to work technology, you know, there's always that learning gap that we still have to overcome.
I suppose that you, as the educator, you also have that learning, I won't say gap, but that ability to have an open mind to keep learning yourself, and that's got to help.
Absolutely. I love learning, and I feel like if we stop learning, we'll never go past our point. We'll never be able to achieve. We'll never be able to overcome all the obstacles that will come up if we stop learning, if we stop looking for the information. We have to continue to strive and look for the information and the resources ourselves sometime.
Well, you've had that experience being a student, being an intern, with having the folks here at Central State give you a little push and guide you and lead you in this direction and that along the way. What would you tell a prospective student that might be watching us right now and they might be thinking of getting involved in agriculture and thinking that maybe extension is the way to go, knowing that Central State has, my gosh, this several brand new buildings almost, and all these educators, all the research, and especially that teacher-student ratio, which is really good for that student to get hands-on involvement. What would you tell them? Should they come to Central State?
Absolutely. And the main reason I would say Central State University has built me with the resilience that I cannot get rid of, it will never, ever go away. Central State University has many scholarship opportunities, especially for agriculture. And agriculture is a rising major here on campus. And the biggest thing that I love when I attended Central State University was the connections that I were given. You know, there was a lot of conferences that I was not aware of until I came to Central State University. So being able to be here and attend the FFA convention or being able to attend the Young Ag Professionals Convention, all of those wonderful conferences helped me and instilled the skills in me that were necessary for me to operate in a professional manner and in my field, in agriculture. So if you're a student and you want to come to Central State, I'm going to tell you to do it. If you need help, you can email me personally. I will help you, because this is, and a big thing about Central State University, I have no student loan debt. So that's a big major thing that you may not be able to achieve elsewhere.
I was going to say Central State has an awful lot of scholarships and monies available, so you can take advantage, and so you don't have to graduate and talk about what a lot of people in the United States are talking about now, and even some of the people behind the camera here about having all this student loan. You can go to school at Central State and graduate without having to worry about any kind of financial problems.
Absolutely. And Central State University's professors, they are top-notch at finding scholarship opportunities, finding internship opportunities. My internship came from a professor of mine with the Ohio Soybean Council. If I didn't have that professor, I would have never gotten the opportunity. So being well-connected, Central State has a lot of well-connected, well-respected individuals here.
Brooke Foster has been our guest, and you can see and listen to how she has grown. If you remember that interview that we conducted with Brooke just a few years ago, you've come a long way, Brooke, and you were headed in this direction the moment that you took that internship. Brooke Foster has been our guest. Brooke, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciated it.
And stay with us. Back with more when we continue on In Ohio Country Today.